This is TNC Movie Nights. Gotta, as long as I possibly can, just hold this one out. Gotta wait and enjoy the moments because I know Alex is really excited to talk about this one. So, but yeah.
There's a dog barking. He's trying to cover it up.
Before we fully get into it today, just talking about Princess Bride. Alex, how have you been doing?
Doing well. I'm full of sushi right now.
So lucky.
It's a good day.
What place?
We went to Kumi Sushi on 31.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. We didn't all you can eat lunch thing, and I love all you can eat sushi.
Oh, same. I just went the other day, and it was great. I went on Friday. All I get is sashimi, the little rice and like the fish on top, or just sushi, however you want to call it. But it's the best. But we're gonna be talking about The Princess Bride today. I know this is Alex, one of his favorite movies. It was on his top 5 favorite movie list. This is the first time I can say I really watched it, because the last time I watched, I was probably like 5, maybe 6 years old. So I don't really think I can count that, because I didn't remember any of this movie. And man, it's I need to like contemplate and think for a few minutes before I can really get into it, I guess.
It's so good! It's so good! It's so good, man! Oh, what a great movie. It's one of those, I talked about how my top 5, every once in a while 5 will dip out, do a little clean 4. This one, it's locked in. It's so good. What did you love about it?
Alex got to take a deep breath. First off, as dumb as it is, when I first saw, the Deadpool movie, that it was Deadpool 2, and they kind of redid it to make it a little more like PG-13 friendly or something like that, and they were doing the whole Fred Savage in the bed thing. I never knew it came from this movie, and that just shows like how much I just don't remember this movie. So that aspect of it was really fun. I really do enjoy that kind of 80s film vibe that they did, a lot of the narration of popping in and out of the movie, or just the fourth wall breaking kind of stuff was always a lot of fun. And it's a great time watching the grandson, Fred Savage's character, just dislike the idea of hearing the book and really liking the book, getting into the book, hating how things are in the book and things changing, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot of fun. So there's a lot of really interesting elements that they add to it.
Also being decked out like Bears gear,
yeah,
stuff. I mean, come on, man, we're Chicago guys. This stuff's great.
Which is super fun to see. And yeah, it's really nice to see them get very creative. I feel like this is I could be wrong. I feel like it was probably a very new thing at the time to not just fourth wall break, but to take you out of a story that's telling a story about a movie inside of it. Like, all that's really cool. And yeah, there's a lot of really great parts of this film. Like, we'll talk about it. I'm sure we can just do it now, but the sword fighting scene is one of the best scenes I've probably seen in a movie in the last decade. It's just so much fun with, I know I won't be able to say it right, but Montoya and Wesley going back and forth. It's so clever for them to add so many different things to it. So Alex, I'd love for you to get into it. I know you're reenacting it back there. So.
I'm just living my life, man. I love it. Keep it coming. I'm still listening. I'm feeling this movie. I love this movie. It's great. Like you said, it's one of the best scenes ever. Alright. We and I have a list of perfect movie scenes, whether it be the dialogue or just like something that makes you watch and go, that is the perfect scene. Could not have done it any better, no matter what. And we're going to make an episode about that eventually. I'm not going to tell you when, because I have no idea. But that scene will for sure be in that episode. Because holy crap, what an amazing scene! Like, everything about it is beautiful. Oh, God, I can't. Okay. I need to come back to Earth for a minute here. Because it's really good. And the dialogue is amazing. This kind of goes back to what we talked about with Monty Python and how I love when so much of the humor comes from the dialogue. Because that to me it takes a level of like cleverness that you can't get with slapstick. And I'm a fan of slapstick. Falling in your butt's funny sometimes. And that's not to knock on slapstick at all. But when most of the comedy comes from the dialogue. God, what a smart movie that is. And this movie is also the perfect representation of what self-awareness can get you in a movie. Because if this was just a, like, super romantic drama, even like rom-com-y, went in-depth trying to be just touchy-feely, it could still be a really good movie.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's like satirical, and they know that, and they get to play off of that, and they get to be kind of silly and ridiculous, is, oh my god, amazing. And they know exactly what they are, they know exactly what they're going for, and they hit it perfectly. It is so good! Oh.
I'm honestly really happy we did this movie because if you did see it, if not, go check it out, but our Wednesday episode was the time of year movies come out, and there's really no movie we can pair that without watching like Deadpool again, because that's a movie that, yeah. So I was like, Alex, let's just watch a movie that's fun, something you really like, and maybe let's do something off your list, since we've already watched, I think, technically 2 or 3 of my movies at this point, with Deadpool and Revenge of the Sith and
Kick-Ass.
And Kick-Ass. Wow, 3 of mine. So we need to
watch Shawshank, though.
Yeah,
We're sharing.
yeah, but it's been 3-1, so we had to catch up a little bit. And I'm glad we watched it because, again, I did not remember this film at all. And, again, I saw it when I was little, and it's a great time. If you haven't seen it somehow, I'm sure a lot of people have. My girlfriend still hasn't, actually. She just never knew where to watch it. And, yeah, now it's on Disney Plus, she's going to go watch it. She's super excited. But, yeah, I mean, it's just really well done in every aspect of the way. From it's not over the top funny, and it didn't feel like dry humor either. There are some things that it was just kind of like, oh yeah, that's clever, instead of, because like Monty Python, I can't really do it myself because certain things with it are just like the reason it's funny is because, oh no, that couldn't happen no matter what. We're just things in this movie, like, again, in the sword fight, they're going back and forth. It's like, oh yeah, I know I'm left-handed. And then you find out a couple minutes later, it's like, so am I left-handed? It's like certain things like that. It's like,
no, you fool! Neither of them are left-handed.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That's the
sorry.
bit.
I apologize. Yeah, they were both using their left hands. Yes. Apologies. And it's little things like that were a lot of fun. And then when you meet Fezzik, Andre the Giant's character. And I love when, like, he could have, like, it's like, I know I could have hit you with that rock, and it's like, I want to do it in a fair duel, like stuff like that. It's like little things like that were really fun and clever, and it's just all around, this movie is just a great movie. I'm so happy we watched it.
It's so good. And you know what? For me, this is like, we talked about. I keep saying we talk about it. We've had so many shows. We've talked about pretty much everything at this point. Now it's just making it topical. But when we, like, way back at the beginning of movie nights, one of the first reviews we did, I think it was like 3rd or 4th, whatever, might have been later, but it was Jupiter Ascending. And we reviewed that because our friend and friend of the show, Simon, wanted us to watch it. He was there with us, and I don't think we did a review, but we watched it, and he said something that is something you can't argue with, whether you're talking about whether it's a good movie or not. He said, I watch it and it just makes me happy. And I love that. I loved it then, I love it now, because that's something no one can argue with you about. That's something no one can take away from you. You watch it and it makes you happy. And my God, does this movie make me happy. It is such a good movie. Oh, sorry. I'm cheesing a little bit.
No, it's totally fine. I mean, that's the thing. Some of these reviews are kind of just a little cheesing, and then getting the other one's a reaction because the other one maybe hasn't seen the movie yet in a long time. So, yeah.
We had one where we talked about things that happened in the movie. Our cinematography breakdown was very technical, and the rest have just been, I love it! I hate it!
Yeah, a lot of them get to, and it's nice that we get to have these every once in a while, and it's easier for you. There are shorter episodes to go ahead and listen to or watch.
Yeah, man. I don't know. If you haven't seen this movie,
go to Disney Plus.
Yes, and if you don't have Disney Plus, you can find it other places. It's everywhere. Everyone likes it, but not to the point where it's marked up in price. You can find like the $5 bin, or I don't know, man. You can find this movie.
I think you can buy it on Amazon right now for like $6.99. So
there you go. So if you don't have Disney Plus, or you don't know someone who has Disney Plus, you can reach out to them. see a way to watch this movie. It's really a good time. It's such a happy movie. It's, I mean, you know it's a happy movie when they torture someone so much that there's no real world comparison to it, and it's still funny, and it's still a happy movie, and it's like it hits you with the feels here and there. It makes you laugh out loud here and there. But overall, the feeling of this is just good. Just feel good. It's like eating healthy and going to the gym without being tired, but with the feeling of eating chocolate. You're just like, I don't know why, but I feel good, and I did something that I like. It's just good. Just go see it. God, I love this movie.
Well, I'm definitely glad we finally got around to watching it. At least I got around to watching it. We got to talk about it and review it. I'm sure we'll talk about it next month a little bit too, since we're doing our 80s comedy breakdown of this movie coming out in 87, where it's going to be brought up again. And of course, when we do once we do the perfect scenes, this will be brought up again. So this movie we'll talk about it again and again, I'm sure. But Alex, where can the people find us?
The people can find us
at the Cliffs of Insanity!
God.
But when we're not there, you go to thenerdchambers.com. That's where we'll be. That's where we are all the time. Sorry. We're at thenerdchambers.com. That's where you can find all of our stuff. If you want to one-stop shop us, and I'm not going to say one-stop shop until people start one-stop shopping us, at thenerdchambers.com. If you want to see just Brandon and myself, that's TNC Movie Nights on all of the socials. If you want to see us talk for some reason, we're on YouTube. If you just want to hear us, I get it. We're on all of the podcasting platforms. TNC Movie Nights, thenerdchambers.com. While you're at thenerdchambers.com, check out thenerdchambers.com. Shop at thenerdchambers.com and get thenerdchambers.com merch at thenerdchambers.com. Thenerdchambers.com. Anything else, Brandon?
Couldn't have said it any better, but again, thank you so much for checking out the review, and we'll be back next week for, should be some news episodes. So,
Monthly news.
yeah, until then, we will see you later.